All of our fun, all our dedication, everything will last for Kinfinity. Hi everyone, Kinfinity here, and here's my review of Chicken Run, directed by Peter Lord, so glad to one of them, Nick Park the other, starring Mel Gibson. Timothy Spall, Julia Sawalha, Julia Sawalha, Phil Daniels, Lynn Ferguson, Tony Hagar. Oh yes, right. It's just so long that I see this name. Jane Horrocks, Horrocks, Imelda Swanton, and Benjamin Winthrop. Here on Miss Tweety's farm, you know how they are. They just are. We have this group of, chickens who have to be dedicated. Just are on this, since though this is all they've ever known is being, part of this farm and part of Mr. Tweety, being roped into the harsh punishments of Mrs. Tweety. How rude she is to all of them. It's terrible. Yeah, she literally, forces the chickens to stay in line. Like, they're in a prison. This chicken coop is literally a prison. And, it's very dark lighting, like an actual prison breakout movie. It's very dark. Yes, this dark situation. Yeah. So, Ginger is right there. No need to panic, everyone. She's the head. She has to be the head of all chickens. Because Fowler is trying to get him more military formation again. And he's like the oldest one there. What? But Bob's got some great ideas. But even better ideas when only Mac. So loud that out of nowhere comes this rockin' rooster, boom, out of a rocket. It's literally a daredevil rooster named Rocky. Yes, shakes everything up, and I'm gonna break you out of here. So now Rocky gets to know everything on Tweeties. It's so hard not to say it. Like their mouth shapes, the characters. You like Tweeties, huh? So now Rocky is in here, and you won't get help from Yank. His father's like, we don't need help from Yank. But you need this man who knows about the Wanderer. And I'm so glad taking you out. Here's this delivery. This is what you need. So you can be delivered. Straight shot. So now Ginger and Rocky, they stay together while, of course, Mac already got this less contraption set up. Like Mac, she speaks really good and really, scientific and real fast. Gotta understand her again. And it's not only this real deep British dialect, because I saw the behind the scenes, the actress. Yeah, she has a very specific dialect in the first place, don't you know? Like sometimes was like, it's a little bit, multiplied and a little bit intertwined with each other, but it works out at the end, don't you know? Like, when you're just speaking regularly and it just goes into each other. It's very specific. I love it. So, Rocky begins to understand to everyone and how no one wants to be turned into a pie. I don't like gravy. Because Miss Sweet wants to turn them into pies. No. Here, they get the full piece of the pie, like getting out of here and moving on. Shooting out to the promise, to the being delivered. So, yeah, so glad that Rocky's never does test, He's not a guinea pig, it's a rooster. So there's a test rooster of testing out this contraption while they make a diversion. To trick the attack dogs, they make a giant Miss Tweety to distract the attack dogs so that they can try to escape out, but that doesn't quite work. So you gotta see what does work. They get out of the worst coop. Mr. Tweety finally stands up a little tall because he has to stand up to Mrs. Tweety. She tries to always keep full control, but he's got to stand up too. And yeah, of course, Rocky and Ginger, they're so glad that they can break out of everything that held them down, kept them apart from each other. It's just such a great childhood memory. It'll last for Kenfinity. And here it comes full force. I've had this ball and these incisions in the ball for so long of this Rocky. Oh, it kind of got Rocky. You know, I was a kid, so like they're like drilled into it. But I still got Rocky. Love it. I still have the rest of it. Yeah, like he's really good. He's literally preserved. Even better for a circus performer. You know, Bernardo. Yes, I'm so glad that they were all delivered, taken care of. Yes, so of course it's so much fun. I'm so connected to it, don't you know? I've just never seen it in the camera before. Ooh. Yes, I'm so glad that I have this memory. Oh, might stay up here. It might, even though this review is almost over. Yeah, you know, I love leaving the reviews where you actually go and watch the adventure if you want to. So it is so creative, and you know, at first it is gloomy and the lighting is dark for the most part, like a Prison Break. But of course it's ridiculous. All these characters, you know, the chicken's trying to get out, and you know, Mr. Tweety trying to, you know, keep these dogs ferocious and keep the farm hands at attention. Miss Tweety snaps with gloves. They all clinch up. You know, for her. You know, so finally Fowler, he's going to be the larger ball, the chicken kind, rooster kind. And now, boom, here comes rocketing the one and only, best, you know, a foreigner to them. Is this one and only Daredevil from the States. So it's so cool seeing how it was so dark and gloomy at first. So then, you know, having to do this and now being turned into nasty pies, it would be nasty. Because they would be so stressed out, it would not be good. You know? Like, you know, the meat would not be good because they're so stressed. It's not relaxed. Now they can relax, last shot out to safety. So they can live out the rest of their lives. Live and see what other stunts he wants to pull. So it's so much fun how they come up with this escape plan and how they escape. The clutches, the clutch, escapes the trenches. Escapes the clutch of the one and only was farm anything. So, you know how like the farm tries to like paint a beautiful billboard, like literally a beautiful picture, but right underneath it's literally a war camp. It's a war zone. So they get out of that worst containment. They're finally safe from, you know, the chickens having this need in the first place and then them being so creative with Rocky and Mac and them all working together. They finally get out of there. Well, military plans too. With all of them. Especially, there's no other foul. Otherwise, all the military plans. So it's so much fun, of course, Lots of Kenfinity, because, you know, like, you're like, it's a Prison Break movie with funny chicken, but like, you really get the emotion of why they need to get out of there. How Ginger and Rocky are exact opposites, but how they become friends and everything. And how they're finally able to just rock it out of there. Like, you really feel for them. I started myself, oh, it's funny. No, it really touches you. Even better when there are those funny parts. So it really touches you with their plea. And now they have, you know, rescue in Rocky working with them to come up with this plan to get out of there. So it's really fun. Especially when you see actual Prison Break movies and everything. And how crazy this is. So it's a fun, you know, finally, you know, all the chickens grouping together, working with an outsider, coming up with a good plan. Amazing memory. Amazing film. So thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe. Please hit that notification bell. I thought it was Kenfinity while I was grabbing this memory. So please check everything out. And these videos will last week Kenfinity.